won't stop till I hear him say,
Okay, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. As always, if you're interested in learning about cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, foreign exchange, please go ahead and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's fundamental overview, I have some interesting articles pulled up for you guys on the Daily Huddle website. You guys can see that I have some interesting highlights for you all. Again, we're going to be paying attention to key vocabulary. You guys know that I'm very particular with what it is that I display to you guys in the form of vocabulary, key phrases, and things of that nature. We're going to be paying attention to the IMF, Ripple's XRP, some things that the CEO has said in the past compared to what the IMF is saying now. Again, the devil's in the details, guys and gals. You can track this stuff via paying attention to key vocabulary words, but today I've done that for you. So let's dive into today's video breakdown. Make sure that you guys smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let's jump into the first article. So here we have a Daily Huddle read, and it says, one catalyst could trigger massive rallies for Ethereum in the crypto market this month, according to analysts, and it's not the merge. Now, this is something that I've been saying for quite some time. In a previous YouTube video, I said to you guys, all eyes need to be on interest rate hikes. Everybody is not taking into consideration the macroeconomic perspective and instead focusing their attention on all of this hype in the cryptocurrency market. Guys and gals, what drives this market is macroeconomic data. I understand that there are some bullish fundamentals coming out for the cryptocurrency markets, but big major banking institutions all place their trades based off of the macroeconomic overview. Okay, so again, that's something to be mindful of. I told you guys can go on forexfactory.com to track those interest rate hikes that are coming out in the month of September. But this article pays a key interest in on the Ethereum merge and the interest rate hikes that are coming out in September. So it reads, in a new strategy session, Craig highlights that the merge is scheduled to happen on the same day, September 13th, that the latest inflation data is released. According to Cred, the inflation data will likely dictate the price action of the crypto markets rather than the merge. That's something that I've been saying to you guys in the past couple of videos. If it's a dovish surprise and if the data is good, and we can expect the Fed to soften its stance or ease monetary policy or loosen monetary policy. Again, those key vocabulary words that I told you all to pay attention to off of investopedia.com in a previous video. If you guys don't understand this vocabulary, go and educate yourself, okay? This is definitely going to boost the cryptocurrency market if we see a dovish perspective given at the federal interest rate hike announcement, okay? I think that Ethereum and risk assets will rally from this news massively. So that's something that Credible, whatever his name is, said. Again, something that I am definitely in cahoots with and that I've mentioned to you guys in past YouTube videos. Now, on the flip side, if it's hawkish or even neutral, to be honest, or no change in tone, then I don't really see a big change in conditions and probably still looks choppy and downtrendy. So I think it's a bit of a distraction just on the merge as an event. Cred also says that the traders will likely attribute the rise or fall of the crypto markets to the merge instead of looking at the macroeconomic data. There are literally thousands of YouTubers out there that are saying that there's going to be an XRP Ripple, whatever court case settlement this month. Guys and gals, that's not happening. There's a lot of influencers out there that are attempting to orient your intention to the Ethereum merge instead of the macroeconomic perspective. Guys and gals, do your research, understand what truly drives this market. And then this goes on to say, I think it's a very much similar scenario in this case where inflation data is going to guide the markets. And if Ethereum dumps as a result, everyone will say, oh, look, well, the merge is priced in. It was obvious. If Ethereum doesn't dump as a result, people will say the merge wasn't priced in and it's just the start. I don't think that that's much to do with the merge. It's a false casualty there. For my money, at least, it's very much the larger flows macro trade that's in charge. So this is an article, again, something to take into perspective. I've been trying to give you guys a real clear-cut clarity based off of some things that I've been posting on this YouTube channel. And the macroeconomic perspective is what drives this market and something that you all definitely need to be paying attention to. Now, this comes out in the middle of September, roughly around when the Ethereum merge to proof of stake is supposed to happen. So again, something to be mindful of. Now, this article caught my eye. Moving on, we have another article from the Daily Huddle. Why? Because of the key vocabulary that I'm going to cover in this article. So this one reads, and we see another fundamental overview from the IMF. And we know that Ripple is heavily integrated with the IMF and the regulatory framework that they are starting to put into play and see coming into this crypto space. So we see IMF executives call for global crypto regulatory regime to take consumers safe. Okay. Again, I'd like to take your attention to a picture that I displayed to you guys in a past YouTube video, along with the video display where Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO, was on stage with an IMF representative, Ross Lekov, talking about regulatory framework, where Ross Lekov of the IMF literally admitted that Chris Larsen, Brad Garlinghouse, and head executives of Ripple are doing what? Giving the IMF regulatory guidance. So it's just interesting to say the least that these vocabulary words pop up in this article. Guys and gals, pay attention. The devil's in the details. So this article reads, the two senior International Monetary Fund IMF executives are advocating for a global cryptocurrency regulatory framework. The IMF Monetary and Capital Markets Department Deputy Director, I'm not going to butcher this name, AN, and Assistant Director says that a global regulatory framework for crypto assets is necessary to protect users and encourage innovation and engender order in the markets. This is why the IMF is calling for global responses that is coordinated so it can fill the regulatory gaps that arise inherently cross-sector and cross-issuance and ensure a level playing field. You literally cannot make this up. Now, we know in the past, Brad Garlinghouse has literally said this key vocabulary, and also other key executives and key elites have mentioned this exact same term. There is something going on behind the scenes. Again, a massive cabal in the form of the elites that are in control of this market have a certain set of vocabulary that they like to stick to. So that way, when everything does hit the fan, they can go back on their word and say, we tried to tell you guys. So pay attention, the devil's in the detail. This article continues. Consistent so it aligns with mainstream regulatory approaches across the activity and risk spectrum, and comprehensive so it covers all actors in all aspects of the crypto ecosystem. A global regulatory framework will bring order to the markets to help instill consumer confidence, lay out limits of what is permissible, and provide a safe space for useful innovation to continue. So we saw Brad Garlinghouse on the stage with Ross Lekov from the IMF back in 2018, and now we see a pickup of interest in regulatory framework coming out from the IMF now in September 2022. Very interesting to say the least. Here's that proof that the IMF managing director welcomed and established high-level advisory groups of fintech. We see the group is composed of high-level experience and respected leaders in the field of finance and technology, and includes industry pioneers, regulators, lawyers, and academics. The group will work closely with the IMF interdependent, oh geez, that's a big word, interdepartmental, that's a good one right there, interdepartmental. The group will work closely with the IMF's interdepartmental working group on finance and technology to study the economic and regulatory implications of developments in the area of finance and technology. And we see right here, the members of the high-level advisory group are some interesting ones: the DTCC, Robert Garrison, and Chris Larsen, executive chairman of Ripple. There are no other cryptocurrency companies on here aside from Circle, okay? Right, so let's just move on. Again, devil's in the details. We see an article here from the Daily Huddle again, paying attention to key vocabulary. Ripple chief bullish on Bitcoin says XRP needs a level regulatory playing field in the United States. We go back to this article. It is the same vocabulary across the board. I've even shown you guys in past YouTube videos that if you go to the Daily Huddle and you type in documents for XRP and Ripple, 9 times out of 10, they say the words, the New World Order. Go ahead and use Command F and search key phrases on your documents, and you guys will come to the conclusion that the elites use a certain set of vocabulary words. But just to prove the theory is correct, look at this. Ripple's chief executive, Brad Garlinghouse, says there isn't a level regulatory playing field in the US between Bitcoin, its similar counterparties like XRP. We see down here, I think it's going to be a challenge just to, arrive at, hey, the US now has a level playing field with these other technologies. I'm not just talking about how that benefits the XRP community, but others that are doing interesting things that are being responsible players and working with regulators, which you guys saw that Ripple was doing for quite some time since its inception. All we're asking for is that a level playing field comes into fruition. And again, this was a statement from Chief Executive Brad Garlinghouse. Is it a coincidence the IMF is coming out with an article in 2022 talking about a level playing field, and we have seen in the past that Ripple is a part of the high-level advisory board of the IMF? It's just interesting. Again, you guys and gals, you cannot make this stuff up. Coming over here, last but not least, I'll leave you all with this. I am a true and firm believer that we have yet to see a utility-driven market in this space, and it is coming, guys and gals. So this article reads, as a bear market turns, all eyes on utility, privacy stands poised to lead the next crypto breakout. Something to be mindful of, again, guys and gals, is when you're investing into this crypto space, understand that this is an emerging asset class. With that being said, it is extremely behooving of you not to invest in cryptocurrency assets that have zero utility. Maybe you saw some tweet, maybe you saw some YouTube influencer tell you that you could get 1,000x return. So you pumped money into this crypto project thinking that you're going to become a millionaire overnight. Instead of taking that approach, do your research, understand what you're investing in. Don't just dump your money into unrealistic, futuristic projects that have high expectations of massive returns. Again, guys and gals, it'll behoove you and save your portfolio long term, not financial advice. But this article reads, the crypto bear market of 2022. As in past cycles, notorious critics have leveraged this year's abrupt market downturn to throw fire at many cryptocurrency suspect sectors, most notably CeFi. But for perhaps the first time in 2022's bear market, no critic has yet been bold enough to dispel cryptocurrency as a whole. From influencers to institutions to the traditional finance mainstream, a consensus has been established. The asset class is here to stay. Now, with that being said, I've mentioned to you guys that in the past, what is going on? 2020 and 2021, the crypto bull run happened because the governments were stimulating the economy from the pandemic that happened in 2019. They were pumping the economy with quantitative easing and stimulating everybody's pockets. With that being said, everybody had massive amounts of money to pump into the cryptocurrency hype cycle that we were going through in 2020 and 2021. That is why the cryptocurrency markets became heavily inflated. Now, the next bull run is not going to come into fruition until these massive banking giants take over the space when regulatory framework comes into play, and we are going to see massive new all-time highs in price discovery across the crypto utility space. With that being said, this article continues. Bullish and bearish periods play complementary roles in the development of nascent technology. I've said this to you guys that bearish pullbacks are extremely healthy. It says right here, the bear market is a time of refinery and clarity. Guys and gals, piece together what is going on in the market space right now with Ripple and the SEC. Why do you realistically think that it's coming into fruition? I mean, Ripple's hints are literally everywhere. Here's even an ad right here where instead of every other cryptocurrency, there's 20,000 of them that the market could choose from. What does it decide to advertise right here? Ripple. It says it right here. Okay, look at this. Ripple's XRP. You guys cannot make this stuff up. This article continues. Such as the bear market's purest ultimatum, it is the foremost test of use case potential. To that end, the bear market cultivates a truly level playing field. You cannot make this stuff up, guys and gals. Here's the vocabulary again. So we see one article, two articles, 3 articles, all in correlation with Ripple's XRP. Again, the devil's in the details. The elites know exactly what they're doing when they're projecting this vocabulary to the general herd. So that way they can go back and they can say, we tried to tell you all. Through the use of subliminal messaging and decoding, you guys can put this stuff together for yourselves. It is obvious what they are attempting to do. So to continue for projects new and old and replace the noise and frenzy of the bull market with a true meritocracy for users and capital for adoption. With sentiment nearing historic lows, many tokenomic models have been exposed as speculative at best and dysfunctional at worst. As trust continues to decline across the crypto landscape, investors and users will withhold funds and demand higher standards of professionalism from projects, i.e., utility-driven assets. Assets that have actual use cases. In 2022, retail has had enough to pull the cryptocurrency from the depths of the bear market. Despair projects must submit innovative value propositions absent from the usual profit ploys. That is, they must demonstrate empirical utility. Guys and gals, again, do your own personal research. I highly advise that you guys take it upon yourselves and stop watching YouTube influencers that tell you to buy all of these meme coins. Really dig deep on utility and understand what is going to happen in the future for this utility-driven market space. Again, blessings to you guys. We do appreciate the love and the support. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you like this video breakdown, give it a thumbs up. Quick fundamental overview, reading some articles for you all from the Daily Huddle. As always, be cognizant, be aware, do your own personal research, and I will see you guys in the next YouTube video breakdown.
Won't stop till I hear him say